Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Masterpiece Lounge. I am your hostess, a certified life coach, author, and speaker, Chris Natha DeRozier. As always, this is our corner of the internet where we have insightful conversations that help push and elevate our lives forward personally and professionally. And today, we are continuing that conversation, and we have a very special guest to do just that. We have podcast host, we have entrepreneur, meditation coach, and just all around incredible woman. Okay, so you're going to learn so much about her. I'm excited. Everyone, please help me welcome Kenya Zandrowicz. Hello, Kenya. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
Absolutely. We are so excited to have you. And you are a woman who you do so many things. And if you had to tell us who you are or describe yourself in a few words, if you're able to, because I know it's hard because you're so many incredible things, who is
Awesome.
Kenya?
Um, 3 words I would say: grateful, authentic, and confident. If I had 3 words to say who she was, that's kind of me in a little nutshell.
I love that so much. And I wanted to know, you have such this beautiful passion for people, for seeing people healed in many different aspects and becoming the best version of themselves and really tapping into who they are on the inside. And when did you discover this passion that you had for other people and for helping others as well?
I would have to say I've always known that about myself, even at a very young age. But it wasn't until going through different trials and tribulations of my own and having to assist individuals that I care about to help them get through whatever it is that they're going through. So I would say about when I really understood, I was probably in my early 20s.
Hmm. Wow. Okay, I love that you were able to help other people. I know that in your work you're a coach, and one of the things you do is help your clients with meditation. If you could kind of give us an idea of what does meditation coaching look like, and what are some of the benefits of it as well?
Okay. So the first thing, it's not just sitting there and going, it's not just that. There's a lot more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it really is just helping individuals find their way back to themselves. I truly believe that we have all of the answers that we're looking for somewhere inside of us. And if we can take the time to sit still with ourselves and understand our emotions and where we are, we can begin to make better choices in our lives. So, what I do is I just lead people back to themselves through a guided meditation process. And there are various forms of meditation. So, I use visualization, sometimes I'll use affirmations, sometimes they can be working on a project. I recently did a sculpting positivity where we were actually sculpting a gratitude jar, but I was speaking to them, throughout the process, and we were engaging in very uplifting and positive conversations. So that is what meditation or guided meditation is to me. It is truly going in, taking the time to visit with yourself mentally and emotionally to see where you are, begin to clear the mind, and then move forward in your life.
There we go. Okay. Thank you, Kenya. We had a little technical issue, but we're back. And so you were saying about the meditation, how it's also it's more than just sitting there, and how you also you incorporate affirmations as well and gratitude, which is so
Yeah,
important. Um, do you find that with the individuals you've worked with, have you found that maybe as a whole, as people, we may not practice gratitude or tap into that space as much as maybe we should?
absolutely. Most times when I'm sitting down with an individual or a group of individuals, what I've been finding as of late is that self-love and that self-care component is really low. And that in turn will cause them to have more of a negative dialogue within themselves. A lot of people don't know how to love on themselves. They don't know what that looks like. And that self-love component is extremely important. And then working from a place of gratitude is extremely important. We forget about the little things to be grateful for. I mean, we're here in this moment, and every last one of us have gone through something that we had to get through to get here. And you did it. You got here. So, however it
Yes.
was that is something to be grateful for. So, you tap into that and you can kind of build and work from there.
That's beautiful. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love self care priority. So awesome. Awesome. I love it. We have Tony Clark who came on to say hello. Hello, Tony. Thank you for tuning in. But yes, that is awesome. Thank you so much. And I know that you have your podcast that has launched today. Congratulations. And if you could really, you could tell us about the Awaken Your Positive Inner Voice podcast. What can we expect from it, and what can we look forward to?
A whole lot of positive talk, a whole lot of positivity,
Hmm.
a lot of inspiration. And the whole premise for the show is wanting individuals to change that narrative, to reframe a lot of the negative beliefs and the negative things that we have taken on throughout the course of our evolutionary process as we've gotten older. And we tend to believe some of those things, like I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough to do this, or this always happens to me. Learning how to reframe that catastrophic thinking. I know that most times, most people, they're pessimists to some degree. They're always looking for what can go wrong. Where I'm trying to help people look for what can go right. Let's start there first. Let's get our minds thinking about what beautiful can happen, what miracle can come from this. And so I help individuals reframe that inner dialogue, and that's what the show is all about. It's all about learning to love yourself, speak kindly to yourself, be kind to yourself, because that in turn will assist you in putting that out into the world, right? So you can interact with other people from more of a positive standpoint.
I love that. It's almost like unlearning, right, what we've known and relearning a new way to love ourselves and to show up. That is awesome. I love it so much. Um, would you say, Kenya, would you say it's possible to live a balanced lifestyle? Is balance a myth, or is it possible?
I think it is possible with a lot of work. Um, I think when
Okay.
people consider balance or when they think about what that looks like, they think that it has to look exactly like this all the time, right? This is how you're going to move. But that's not how life works. Life is like this. So if you're here,
Hmm.
your life here. You need to do a little bit of work to bring that up so that you can move through it. And every now and then it may shift, but it is up to you to bring that balance back into your world, right? So if you know that you're working too hard over here and it's stressing you and you're not giving yourself enough time to relax, to enjoy life, then you know you need to put in some work and love on yourself. You know you need to take some time to be quiet, to see yourself, right? To regroup. And when it comes to that marriage, because I you know I'm married, I have children, I have grandchildren, I live on a farm, I'm an entrepreneur, so there are all of these things, and sometimes
Mhm.
the clothes might pile up. You know what I mean? So you just
Mhm.
have to make
Right.
sure you're taking time and know that it's okay if those clothes do pile up because you will get to them. Don't be so hard on yourself. So knowing that you can live a balanced life emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, spiritually. You just have to work on all of those areas a little bit at a time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I find that very interesting. A lot of times we're told to get balance, and so I always wonder exactly how. How do we go about doing that? So that's wonderful. And so also, Kenya, with your podcast, um, will viewers and listeners, will we be able to maybe share some feedback and our thoughts about your episodes and all of the cool stuff? Because we want to engage, because this is great dialogue that we need, right? As we do the work on the inside out. So how can we get connected to the podcast, make sure that we're subscribed and support your movement, because this is a good one. So we want to know, how can we support?
I thank you so much. Yes, you can go to my website, knzandrowicz.com, so you can listen to the podcast there. It's also streaming on Amazon Music, Audible, YouTube
Mhm.
Podcasts, iRadio. Um, what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. I think I might. Oh, Spotify. It's there as well, and you can definitely
Awesome.
comment, share with me on social media. Subscribe to the website. I do send out weekly newsletters in regards to what the energy is, this week, and have posts on Instagram, Mindfulness Mondays, just to kind of remind people to be very mindful and self-aware of their lives. And I'm always open
Mhm.
to questions that I can speak about on the show. I'm going to have some great guests on the show. So, um, this is something that I've been wanting
Awesome.
to do for quite some time. But as you learn to become your authentic self, sometimes you feel as though people won't accept that side of you. And I've recently have gotten to the point where I'm like, this is me. I am here. This is what I love. This is what makes me happy. This is how I can express who I am and what I can give back to the world. So this podcast is really big for me. There's a book, Awaken Your Positive Inner Voice, a guide to cultivating self-love and empowerment that kind of goes along with it. So we take some of the information that's in that book and then we discuss it on the show as well. So um, definitely open to anyone that wants to communicate and let's talk about it. Let's talk about the good. And if you're not good, let's talk about how we can get you
I love this. I love the work that you do, Kenya, because it's so important. I believe transformation truly starts from the inside out. And
good.
so thank you for that. And it's going to help heal and continue to heal so many people. So, guys, make sure you connect with Kenya on social media so you can make sure you stay engaged, as and provide feedback. On the podcast, and make sure that you listen in, you support. She's going to have guests, and the conversation about inner healing continues. Also, if you need to activate your inner healing process, you need to
Yes.
hire her. Okay. You need a support team. Inner healing is at the top of the list, and you need to make sure you get Kenya on your list. Okay. We need support team. Part of self care is making sure that we
Yes.
are loving ourselves, guys. This is part of our self care.
You think
It's more than outward, right? It's inward. It starts from the inside. So I want to make sure that everyone is connecting with Kenya online line so
100.
that we can stay just connected with the mission. So, Kenya, thank you so much for hanging out with us today in the
Yes.
Masterpiece Lounge. It has been so amazing. Your spirit, your work, your message, it's all beautiful. So, we thank you so much for being here. I hope to have you on again.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'll return the favor. I can't wait to have you on my podcast.
I would love to. I would love to. It would be my pleasure. Guys, thank you
But
guys for tuning in today. And as always, guys, we'll see you again very soon. Until then, be well. And again, Kenya, thank you so much. Everyone, have a great day and God bless.
you're welcome. Bye bye.